Okay, here we go. We're here with a new game, a game I backed on Kickstarter a while back. Right, so King Arthur's Nighttale, general premise is that you're going to play as Mordred, actually, at least if my memory is correct, or you're playing at least a rebellious knight who is effectively Mordred. And so it's a kind of fun perspective, right? It's kind of like a XCOM-ish style, right? It's a turn-based tactical combat thing. I haven't played really any of it yet. I just backed it and kind of like, oh, you see to continue right now. It's just because I, started the game, made settings, check everything works, functions, right? No frame rate over, no frame rate problems or whatever. So install that check. Haven't actually done anything. Watched the intro cutscene, and so that's what we're going to do here. Right, you can see here. I just started one. I didn't even get an actual manual save. So I've got all my settings set. So if I turned it down a bit, even though maybe it's still a little bit loud, but it's just because I think I'm becoming an old man and my ears are very sensitive. So I'm going to start classic mode. I'm probably going to save scum at least a decent amount on the first run. We'll do hard, and we'll see how it goes. I'll try not to be insane about it, but when I'm learning the game and that stuff, the mechanics, probably a couple of things will end up, having to reload or stuff like that. Right. Obviously, if you get a full party wipe, that's probably a reload, but if things, especially early on, just look like it's going to screw me for the rest of the game going forward, kind of like in XCOM, you could basically get really screwed over. It might be worth just a restart or just a reload, just not to have to go through that. But for the most part, just going to try to play it through. I hope hard is somewhat balanced to be, just challenging, and it's not, because a big problem with a lot of games is how they define certain difficulties. It's definitely not universal in between them, so you end up with kind of having to take a guess at the start, right, as to whether hard is hard, or hard is how normal you should play it, or if or if maybe hard is also easy, right? For example, Fire Emblem games just kind of go normal, hard, lunatic, and then it's just normal is way too easy, and then hard is, typically how I play. And it's just kind of the standard way, which is still pretty hard for most people and that stuff, especially if you go through without basically save scumming. But that's typically the difficult range I like to play through, and then I have done some lunatic playthroughs once I, know the game mechanics and whatnot.
Wake up, knight.
Alright, I'll be quiet for here. It's a pretty nice cinematic.
You must take up your arms again. This is all very confusing. I know. Focus. Breathe. It will all become clear soon. You were fighting in the last great battle for Britannia, when King Arthur's adversaries marched against the once and future king. You have committed dreadful acts to fulfill your destiny. Do you remember the earth trembling? Can you recall the gathering of terrible armies? You saw Camelot burning and watched the power of magic tearing apart the world at its seams. You led knights and monsters into a deadly storm of fury and blood.
Battlefield applicable.
You destroyed the ladies of the sun and the lords of the winter. You have killed King Arthur, and with his dying breath,
I like how strong both you and King Arthur are portrayed here as just being able, effectively being able to one-shot each other.
And yet, you both live.
Yeah, Heart of a Dragon and all that.
Something that cannot be stopped. The tide of madness and pain will swallow us all. I I have brought you back to end this nightmare, Sir Mordred. I want you to go on a nightly quest. I want you to finish what you have begun. Kill King Arthur, or whatever he has become, after I took his dying vessel to Avalon.
I like the armor designs in this. Obviously, they're very, like, fantastical, right? Certain things are not exactly very practical, but I think that fits the setting very well. It's not, like, overly ridiculous fantastical, right? This actually does seem like strong protective armor and stuff like that, but, you know, obviously a bit fantasy.
I've set this dread knight on a dark path, and for now, I can only watch where it takes him. I've brought back King Arthur's nemesis, and wonder if I made the right choice. Mordred did the impossible, after all. Almost killed the king, who cannot be killed. And that's how the nightmare began.
So it said that's right, left click and that stuff to move around, but you can also WASD, which is actually pretty nice, so you're not just clicking the entire game. Right, because I have a weak wrist overall for a PC game, so you know, endless clicking can really get to me after a couple hours. Oh, cool! We got some zoom in. The models, I think, are pretty nice detailed for this type of game. So, just familiarity-wise, I am pretty familiar with Arthurian legends and that stuff, so it's going to be kind of fun for me. But I like the general take to have them. Like I said, a lot of stories focus on like Mordred itself beyond being just kind of antagonistic. So it's fun to have see what perspective we can get from this one. Surrounded by Lady, this is legendary island Avalon, far beyond the realm of Britannia, surrounded by endless sea of the other world. Avalon is a realm in which the most powerful enchantress has ever lived. She has many names from Britannia, revered as the Lady of the Lake. She was born under the cold waves and the sun to reign over this magical island. Yep. She is the immortal who spins the fate of mortal kings and queens, the one who speaks the language of the lakes and ancient forests. She rules this land that was once meant to be a haven for the fallen heroes, the mirror image of the mightiest kingdom in the mortal world. It seems things have not gone that way. Okay, cool. So we've got stuff here. Hold control to stick info. Oh, cool. Great. So you can actually... That's nice. Hit points and vitality. So it seems to be effectively an armor thing. No, there's an armor and a hit point thing. Interesting. It's like a... What is it? It's a Warhammer 40k RPG or something like that, which is a similar mechanic. Healing potion. Cool. We'll just let the pop-ups kind of teach me how to play. So left click to interact, right?
Wait! Who the hell are you?
I'm here to teach you some manners, lad.
Just no question asked. I'm just gonna murder this man. Okay. Good job, Mordred. Action points. Yep. Okay. Cool. Like system. Yep. Refills at restart of turn. It's kind of like what is it, Solasta? Right. I played that one a while ago. It's got a similar AP system. Select the skill, the highlight area, change the shape and color, should arrange AoE ability. Cool. Alright, so I've got basic attack skill, and I've got a stigmata. So if I can get close enough to attack, can I attack diagonal? I'm going to assume so. So it'll take 2 here. Takes 35. Well, let's hope we can move here. Okay, how do I... Oh, yeah, right click. Okay. Let's do the Stigmata. Debuff. I guess it's the Stigma, not a Stigmata. It's slightly different. And then attack. Sorry, I'm just like... I know I'm doing everything super slow, but I'm just trying to read every little piece of information. Cool, so you can get all the like information. They've just got single melee attack, cursed vassal melee. Anyway, so you got their damage, vitality, action points, block. Cool, so you can get a full readout. I like that. Bonk. Okay, And then enter. Does space enter? No. Okay. Okay, so that took an armor tick. So I think I can't move without taking an attack of opportunity. So I'm just
Your
gonna.
head is mine.
Like,
Damn, that felt good. But where am I?
I thought that dying can change a man, but I might be wrong.
okay, I murdered a man who was theoretically hostile.
Let me out.
Okay, directional audio is pretty decent. Okay, so it's not like corpse loot. Or at least not guaranteed corpse loot.
What is this thing?
Are you referring to the shiny object here? Okay, so we've got like
I
fixed
hoped for
loot.
something more.
Adventure, get locations. Okay, cool. Map. Rotates well. No performance issues, which is nice.
Open the door, whoever you are. Help me, and I will help you.
Cool. First, let me just see if there's anything amongst. Cool. Can we see this man? No. Okay.
Well, well, well.
Sir Kay.
Sir Kay, King Arthur's seneschal, in a dungeon rotting away, a hero's reward. An honest and capable man, but a bit dull, like an untended blade.
Sir Mordred, the Scourge of Britannia is
Really
back.
nice helmet.
Avalon is not a place for your treacherous kind.
Okay, well, I was placed here, so I think Lady of Lake gets to make the call on that one. Do I want to be nicer? Mordred's gonna
Are
be an
you
asshole.
real? Or just a ghost? Tell me, Mordred, do you remember killing me?
Oh. Huh.
Help
Fair
me
point.
escape, traitor. Then we may talk.
Interesting. Why is this one separated? Is it just because it's, like, unique due to the choices I made earlier? Or is it, like, will progress?
I keep my promise. The powers that rule this land decided to trust you with our fate.
Yeah, I don't know how you know
how to
that,
feel
but okay.
about that. But soon,
It's implied by the
you
fact I
must
came
make
back
your
to life.
very first decisions. I've already told you. Avalon, the island of the fallen knights, and this is Castle Camelot. Yes, not the one that you remember, though.
Yeah, we won't make fun of him. We need to at least manipulate him a bit to be friendly. Got a party member. This is abilities. Okay, he has some sort of ability, but we'll see what it is.
Great.
Oh, cool.
That's my arm over there. Finally.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel more useful now.
He's got a
You
nice,
think a
nice
sword
design.
makes you less useless?
Eh,
You
marginally.
must get out of here. Go to the door and let me handle this.
Kay's just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna, let's ball. Let's just murder whoever's in front of us.
Rascals! I told you that you will pay for this.
Yeah, I guess
the
he's more
hell is
angry
he
about,
doing out of his
about
cell?
this than, you know, the literal traitor of the entire system.
Surprise.
Oh, do I get a surprise round? Orientation, okay. Vitally important in combat. Backstabbing deals extra damage. Okay, I was wondering about that. You can rotate by right-clicking on them. Cool. Okay. So just out of curiosity. Okay, so yeah, right-clicking, you see that circle moves to the orientation I want. Okay, so I might as well stigmata this guy. And then go for the backstab, right? That should kill, right? So that does 6 to 8, 20%. So 20% of theoretically 6. If we do our math right, that's 1.2. But if we get our 8, that's 1.6. So still 1, it seems. So, but who knows how it handles fractionals, right? Is it pure integer base and it rounds up or down? Who knows?
Prepare to die.
Okay, it seems it kills him. Who knows if that's because of scripting, though. Okay, let's do this to deny him movement. Okay, so he has cleave, so that allows him to AoE. Great. Not necessary at this point. Takes him 4 to do anything, so it doesn't really matter.
Perish!
And he is
That's it.
a chunky man.
I was just getting warmed up.
Cool. The problem is I'll get faster once the mechanics actually send. Come on, Kay. Come on. Little lost puppy. Let's take a look at Kay. Yeah, dude, I like his armor. It's really dope. Mine is just such edgelord, man. Oh my god. His is just like, yep, I'm a knight how I should probably look.
Something to line our
Kay's just like fucking murder and loot. Oapstone. Okay, maybe I'll get information on what that is later. Or can I just... Okay, I tried to press I to see. Okay, we got formation. Okay, it's probably best if...
This is the Warden's room.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Not
Prepare
party
for
at this
battle.
point. Not too much to prepare for. Okay. Wait, boy.
Sir Kay, you are really persistent, but I can't let you walk free.
I
You
see
don't
you in
have
the
much
corner.
choice in the matter now, Warden.
How did you get the job of Warden of Avalon? Okay. Okay, so action points. He's got 5 action points, so that's 5 movements he can theoretically get here. So, if we move here, we can still be attacked, but if we move here, this is the best option. Right, I can still attack.
Taste my blade.
It's not a kill. Oh, So 1, 2, 3. He can't move, and more just tanky, I think. Or I guess he's actually the exact same stats. But let's go here. Let's orient this way. Actually, let's orient slightly that way. And what's this? Overwatch. Sure. That seems good. Yeah, that's it had to block. So is that a percentage? Yeah. Oh, it's reduced by percentage facing towards. So he did a total of 1 to 3 damage. I reduced it by 30%, so I guess it rounded, if he only did 1 damage, it rounded to 0, I think. Okay, cool. I think it's best to well, he does no damage, really, so he's actually not that big of a threat. It might be better to just do this.
Prepare to die.
Right, because this guy just proved he's not going to do much, actually. Oh, I can reserve points. Okay, I can move there without attack of opportunity. Nope. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I meant to do the cleave. Okay. Let's face this way and hope I don't get backstabbed. I fucked up. Okay, armor ate that. Vitality, double backstab. These guys do no damage. Good to know. Block. Cool, and that is our extra, so you can go over your maximum. Cool. Well, it's fine, that worked out. Let's just nuke you and then move. Actually, just face you. Oh, and I reserved exactly enough to actually get rid of them too. Calculated.
Now we should find the one who
Cool.
is
I'm gonna like this
truly
system.
in
I like
charge
AP
here.
management systems a lot. Because I am
Let's have a
a...
look.
anyone doesn't know, I am a proud physics degree holder working on another physics degree, so I am, in general, a bit of a numbery person. So, I like to actually try to calculate everything. So I was just looking to see if there's anything that was left. Okay. Whoa. Okay. We're back. Yeah. So that was a slight thing, but no problem, just auto-saved right then, so it was all good. Is there a way to manual save? There's a way to manual save. Let's do that so I'm not relying on auto-saves. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, game came out yesterday, so I'm not exactly surprised. Just unfortunate. Basically what just happened was it just, you know, basically crashed for a minute. It seemed to be maxing out the CPU. It seemed to spike really hard, so actually I should probably check my settings. Because, yeah, that's fine. You know what, let's drop the shadow settings, because of all things, shadows always tend to just be the biggest pain in the ass, and even though I have a pretty decent CPU, who knows, might just help keep things running a bit cooler. A lot of people like to kind of like max their that they can run. I don't like doing that, just kind of on principle. I like to just keep things nice and probably at like 70% overall. I know it's not necessarily necessary, but it's just
Something
I like.
to line
I just
our
don't like the
pockets.
idea of running my coolers at maximums.
Treasure lost and found.
Accessories. Thanks, Kay, for supporting my looting. Okay, so vitality does not regenerate after missions. Okay, so that's like permanent. Unless you have like some, I suppose there is probably some way of doing it, but not naturally. Like it probably costs some resources or whatever. Okay, are there any other menus? There's a journal. Cool. Tutorial. That stuff. Orientation, reserve, overwatch. Reserve presumes all remaining AP to save some return. We'll get 1, 2, 3 based on ratios. Okay, cool. So I could cast my Stigmata reserve and then get 3 extra next turn and really wail. Overwatch. Cool. Challenges. Hey! In-game achievement thingies. I love those. I love those in games a lot. Game mechanics. Armor piercing. Okay, it's easy to figure out. Specs. Shrouded. Okay, let's just wait for the rest of them to appear. I can probably figure out stat specs as well. No reason to bore everyone and just, you know, read that stuff. And I'm pretty sure the game will at some point show me if I really need to.
Careful. It's quite a crowd.
You know very well that diplomacy was never my strong suit.
We're just all buddy OFK. That's cool. So there's 1. 2. 3. Okay, so we've got an archer guy there. Sir K must survive. And then here. Okay, so I kind of want to get the archers down simply because I can at least. Like, the melee people are obviously restricted by melee. Alright.
Do I ever
let's
grow
do this.
tired of killing?
Right mouse, okay.
I am here to serve.
You just wail on this man. You have less cost to attack, so I think you're best. And there's a cover system, much like XCOM, it seems. No reason for that, might as well reserve. You, on the other hand.
For
Yeah, cool. Knocking one down, and... Oh, there's a movement line and attack line. I don't have to do the mental calculations myself. Okay, cool. Although I wonder if it's like Fire Emblem where it doesn't account like if there's units blocking and stuff like that, so you actually do have to do the mental math for trickier cases. Right, like you could have a person here and then maybe their movement thing would be still blocked here, so you wouldn't see their actual movement in here unless till you move that unit blocked, right? Because that can screw over some of your defensive options in like Fire Emblem and whatnot. Is usually the case. Okay, anyways, point is you can't get close enough, so reserving for that extra 1 that is going to be used just for movement anyway isn't really worth it. Nice block. Cool. You're going to come in for the big behind damage. Great. Let's just delete this man. Stigmata and then double whale. Oh my god. He can't attack me there, so... And 3 is the threshold for a good reserve. Alright, so that'll give me 2 more next time. I think it's worth... Okay. Man, I've been blocking. Great, see? He wasted that. Yeah, let's just wail on each other for a bit. Oh, I got better options besides wailing. Oh yeah, that worked perfectly. You also just get wailed on. Perfect.
What master do these soldiers serve?
Very good question.
That would be Sir Tywelin.
Oh.
Lead me to him. I want to explain him that this is my castle now.
Oh hey, I'm just chilling.
So, you
look like you had good
as
days.
well, traitor. You probably don't remember me. I am just a walking corpse, cheated out of his death.
So are we.
And I will make everyone suffer for this injustice.
He was Sir Tywelin, a once noble warrior with 2 sons, both knights.
Curious what this dialogue option means. Like, why is it separate?
He is not. The unholy storm wrecked the ship that brought the dying king to Avalon.
Interesting. So it's a literal transfer over the waters to Avalon instead of physical displacement. So it is susceptible to storms, even though it's a magical storm, I assume.
And the raging tempest, something was waiting for the ship. And then the darkness took the king, and all of us in its embrace. Arthur is beyond the Bridge of Sorrows, dwelling on the accursed land of midnight.
Spare me the poetic rubbish. Tell me where he is and I'll let you live, or whatever you call it.
Whatever you do, you need more than a blade to break my curse. I fell in battle, like we all did, but instead of gaining new life in legendary Avalon, I've returned as a lost one.
Yeah, I need more
Let me
information.
rephrase it, traitor. Camelot is a sacred place, reserved for the once and future king. That is the law. But I spit on the laws of the Lady of the Lake.
So was it a choice?
I'm not afraid of her.
Okay, it seems so.
Lost ones can't perish. This is our curse and blessing.
Yep. Let's just see what... Oh! We've got actually good usage. If we can get him here, that'll take 3. He only has 7, though. Okay. This is actually going to be a bit difficult. Okay, let's reduce the number of enemies. Yeah, okay, it hurt. Okay, reducing number of attacks. Important. Then turn its face. Reduce to the block. Reserve to get an extra one. Yeah.
4 Camelot.
Damage. And I can't exactly... Let's do that. Get those 2 AP. See, now it's not a backstab from that. Backstab from him. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, so I've got enough to stigmata and yeah, let's burn this guy down. Big damage. I'll just start moving. Move here. And reserve that 1 AP. Alright. You're dead, buddy. Next turn.
Too late to run now.
I wonder if it's party XP or like individual XP. Should I be feeding K more kills? I don't know. We'll see.
The battle is over, and you must make a choice, Mordred. This is merely the first in a chain of similar decisions that will eventually determine what kind of leader you will be. Tell me.
Very aware you are, K. So, I've decided it's my throne room, select knights, fulfill the destiny, boar king, whatever. Yeah, let's just go like Mordred for the first playthrough. It seems just correct. I usually also play in a lot of RPGs. I tend to play good characters in general, but for these type of RPGs, I do like playing evil. If that makes sense. Ones where I have a... Because a lot of normal RPGs and that stuff like Skyrim, Fallout, whatever, being evil is kind of like inconsequential and barely a couple like gameplay decisions really. Or you're just like comically evil and that stuff. But I don't know, these ones tend to handle it better because there's a lot more like systematic approach to things and that stuff where, right, because in reality being evil is a lot more of a policy decisions in reality. Sure, there's like the evil people who just like, you know, murder for fun, whatever, chaotic evil, that type of thing, demonish, where you're just kind of havoc and that stuff. But at least in my opinion, my favorite evil characters and that stuff are the ones that are a little bit more insidious or a little bit more systematic about the whole thing. So it's party XP, good to know. I am Mordred, I was born in Avalon. Do these have tooltips? No, okay. True purpose to find and destroy King Arthur. Okay, sounds right. Collection of Rokama. This is my castle now. Cool. What do we get? And the hardiness. Is that just... Does the control hold it? No, okay. Trophy plus 2 turn bleeding. Cool. So, trophy, accessories, and oath stones. Yeah, a one-time usage. Like, that is one-time usage during your entire fight, as far as I can tell, right? Once after, this one seems much better if you can proc knock down. That one just seems really good for bleed build. Resources, gold, cool. Okay. Glowing button. Morality chart. Outcome of the story and of your loyalty. Interesting. That's an interesting, like, moral axis, right? A new political spectrum just dropped. But Tyrant, righteous, and then the religious aspect. Cool. So yeah, did that decision. That moved me slightly down here. Okay, let's take a look at what we can get. Medicines. That seems useful. Just money, basically. Cool. So I'm definitely going to go more down the Tyrant route. See, who do we get? Sir Lancelot? Okay. Normally I would do a good route just to get Sir Lancelot. I really love Lancelot's character, but let's see what else we got. Interesting where they place here. These are Lucan, yeah. So Lancelot makes sense that he's just like your number one righteousness person. Who we get here? Just a Red Knight, okay. Just nameless. Damas. Oh, you can get actually Morgana Le Fay. And Bedivere. Galahad. Man, I don't know where I want to go necessarily. Just want you to give me just a lot of extra money and stuff. I guess it's really a question of, do I want these... Bedivere and Morgana Le Fay could be really interesting. That might be good. Because I imagine Tyrant might have a lot of moral or loyalty issues. That seems really strong. Maybe just from events. Maybe it's not that insane. Hey, you seem to just get really rich on this end. That's a pretty good buff. Galahad. I like the music. Sorry, I know this decision is probably a long time into making. That's really... So I already know which way I want to go vertically on this axis, but the horizontal choice is actually really... Not Morgana and Bedivere, or... I mean, Galahad is a really cool character, in general. Damas. Okay. And also, I don't know how it scores. Like, do you have to actually, like, hit it along your path, or do you can, like, if I was here, say, could I get Morgana? We'll see. I think we're gonna go lib left over here. So, and then next time we'll do... Maybe you can just keep this neutral and go really hard that way, but why would you do that? Right, because if you go this way, you can get Lancelot and Galahad, I assume. Which would be dope. Right, getting the boys back together, pretty much. But I want to see what Morgana can do. Okay. Great. Okay, level. Okay, so skill points and equipment stuff. Cool. No, sums every other is true hero of his knightly tale. Okay, so 40 vitality. Okay, 0 is average, and this is where I get disloyalty. Yeah. Oh, increase action points. That's actually really good. It's a really good motivation. Traits. Okay, cool. Talented. Oh. So is that an active skill? Yeah, I can actually just learn that. So I might as well make use of that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we've got our strike. To just interview with minus. Okay, so if they have armor, don't do it. But this is really good. Once you break armor, you go for this. You know, and it costs 1 point. Might as well grab it. Okay, and so here seems to be upgrades for the abilities. Okay, cool. And these are the passives, I assume. Oh. So he is a champion, and I got a champion item, didn't I? Yeah, okay, that's going to make bleeding, right? This one usually does 1 turn, but that immediately extends it to, yeah, okay, you're a bleed build. Let's do that, because I'm probably going to be using that one pretty often. Just to help break, because he does super high damage. Great. Cool. Yep, get some bleeding. That's 3 turns of bleeding off his normal attack. That's great, and then we can theoretically go for that. Does bleeding do just damage? Okay. Cool. Alright, Mordred. So you can do the same thing, get some bleeding. That could be good for some tempo. I don't really have any way to knock down people. Okay, so we can get a shield charge. That induces the knockdown. Okay, so that is the way to get knockdowns going. That's a good way for... It's 1 HP. Okay. It's actually not bad. Just raw 10% more damage. Stigma. So I've got debuffs basically. Okay. So turn it up 30%. That may be good. That seems really good, right? Because right now it's only 1 turn. Right. This not only makes it usable for follow-up turns, right? So I can cast that, store AP if I need, and really start hitting wailing as kind of planned. So that makes that a lot more viable, but also, very importantly, it makes it last as long as its cooldown. So effectively, you can have this always up if you really want to. So we're going to do that. Get myself being leader debuffer. And should I save? Or should we kind of go... So let's see. I have a total AP of 7 in general. I kill costs 3, say if I'm standing still. If I use 2, that brings me up to 2, which I could theoretically cast Stigmata, which now is viable for 2 turns. So I think that's going to be okay. Cool. Let's save our game. Main circuit. Oh yeah, I need to equip my guy with some stuff. 2 hit points on make right in front of the tank. I don't have a way to knock down right now. But in case I pick up a party member to do, it's going to do more stuff than this absolute garbage. Okay. And 16 extra vitality. It's actually, that is almost, that's like a 40%. That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's another 16 vitality, cool. 2 bleed, yes, 3 turns bleed off of a normal strike. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and then...
The nearby Kingstone is plundered by a marauder knight. Kingstone? What a regal name for a mudhole.
Oh.
Anyway, the village belongs to the throne, and I must teach these
Okay, so these are
brigands
first
a
person.
harsh lesson about boundaries. Also, I will need plenty of masons, woodcutters, and laborers to restore Camelot to its former glory.
Okay, so let's look at what's going on. Okay, so I need to get building supplies, that's why I would do the main. Okay, I can't click these yet, so I assume I really have to do this, which makes sense. I'm still definitely in the tutorial phase. Alright, let's see how this goes.
Kingstone.
Yeah, okay, wish you wouldn't re-narrate it.